Hey everyone, welcome back. So what if I told you someone turned 15,000 into 8 million with a meme coin called Brett? That's exactly what Crash did. Today I'm diving into why Crash is so confident that Brett will become the #1 meme coin on the Base network, and why this might be the next big move in crypto. He's one of the most successful meme coin traders in the space, at least publicly. He basically turned 15,000 into 8 million by backing Brett early on. And he's actually been transparent about his wallet and his strategy, even sharing his trades and profits in real time. And this is whether they were good or bad. And his wallet actually holds 72 million Brett tokens. And he does believe this is the beginning. But don't take my word for it. This is his public wallet, and this is what he holds. 72 million Brett. And he hasn't sold any that I can see. That's his main play, Brett. He's the Brett guy. Anybody that is on Twitter looking for memes on Base, he's the main guy, at least in my book. And a pretty good one, if I should say so. Now, if we actually go to his Twitter, we can take a look. And guess what? Brett. And Brett, he's been so consistent on it. He's just not stopping. Why would you want to bet against this guy? He actually gives you his public wallet. If we actually go on Dex Tools, there was a lot of FUD, or at least a couple of stupid people actually talking about how liquidity is a concern with Brett. Like, yes, I do agree that the liquidity ratio towards the market cap could be a little bit better, but that doesn't mean there's not ample liquidity. Now, and this has been one of the biggest criticism about Brett and the liquidity. Skeptics often say there's no way to make money because it's hard to cash out. And on his video, Crash actually addresses this head on, stating that he could actually pull out 5.3 million immediately if he needed to do so. And when you look at the trading volume, yes, let's take a look at this. So if we go on CoinMarketCap, we can see the volume is $60 million. Okay? Anybody that can actually come in here and then just say, oh, look at the liquidity. You know there's actually many pools. This is just one pool for Brett. Okay? If you actually want to search, if you just type in Brett, you will see the same token address. You can look at this one. Look, 42E4. That's the right contract address. And guess what? This one has 9 million, 9.7, 3.7, 1.93. There's another pool here with 500,000. And there's a couple more. So don't think that this is a I got you moment just because you see one pool is like, oh, well, that would wreck the entire pool. That's not his point. I mean, there's going to be liquidity. If there's not enough liquidity in one pool, you can actually use another pool and you won't even see it because all that's going to happen on the back end. So for those people who don't understand that, well, I feel sorry for you, but I hope this clears that out for you. He also makes a point on one of his videos that even for people that have luxury real estate, right, and they want to sell their house that's $5 million, you're going to have slippage and things like that. So obviously, if you list your house to sell for $5 million, you're not going to get $5 million. You're going to have to pay. You're going to have to pay the realtor. You're going to have to pay upkeep. You're going to have to fix a few things. You're going to have to prepare the landscape. So there's going to be slippage, and it's going to take you a good time to do so. Unless you have a buyer and you're really lucky, it's going to take you a couple months to sell it, if not a whole year. And his main point was he could hit just trade, and yes, he'll lose a little bit on slippage, but it's definitely more liquid than you would get on real estate. That was his main point. So honestly, the trading volume is very strong. Liquidity is solid in my book. So for Crash, this liquidity actually proves legitimacy. And he actually sees a huge upside from here. Why Brett is actually poised to explode. And part of his thesis is the actual growth on Base Network. And how he believes that Brett is in a position to be the leading meme coin on the chain. And this is where it gets interesting. Base, which was developed by Coinbase, is actually growing really fast. And what actually makes Brett special is the lack of a native token on the chain. Yes, it does have Base Ethereum, but that's not a native token for the chain like Solana would be. So there's no direct token for investors to actually back on Base, right? So the best way to speculate on Base success is through Brett, which could be the top meme coin on the network. And Crash actually believes that once Coinbase actually starts onboarding millions of users to Base, Brett's going to skyrocket as the go-to speculative asset. Now, and you can actually look on CoinMarketCap, and guess what? You have Dogecoin, you have Shiba Inu, you have Pepe, Dog with Hat, Bonk, Popcat, Floki, and you have Brett. And after it, you'll have First Nira on Ethereum. But not interested on that at the moment. But as you can see, Brett is already a top contender. And if Coinbase can actually onboard all the people they want to on Base, getting past all these tokens is going to be pretty easy. Now, yes, it may not overtake Dogecoin or maybe even Shiba Inu, but it's going to be right up there. And when it comes to his future price predictions, Crash is incredibly confident on the future of Brett. He actually sets a minimum price target of $1, which would actually give Brett about a $10 billion market cap. But he doesn't stop there. He actually predicts that Brett could hit $3 to $5 if it's actually driven by massive user growth on Base. And to give you perspective, meme coins like Doge and Shiba Inu, they reach a market cap of about 40 and 80 billion respectively on a past run. Now let's take a look. Now you can look at this. Slightly higher than that. 87 billion for Dogecoin, about 41 billion for Shiba Inu. So I hope that puts it into perspective. Crash believes Brett will follow in their footsteps. He also believes we're all betting on the meme coin bubble. He believes we're in a bubble for the memes, and I would definitely agree. And it's not slowing down. I mean, let's be honest. Meme coins are now considered a legitimate asset class, even by some of the financial institutions, even by some of the hedge funds. You'd be surprised. And Crash is convinced that meme coins will outperform traditional blockchain tokens this cycle. And I completely agree. And since Base, as I said before, doesn't have a native token, Brett is going to become the default choice for investors looking to capitalize on the network's growth. So if this meme coin bubble actually balloons as high as they think it's going to go, it's going to be even bigger than the previous Layer 1 token crazy. What's going to be the role of Coinbase when it comes to user growth? So Coinbase is actually planning to onboard 100 million users. So Coinbase launches Smart Wallet to onboard the next billion users. And this is their Coinbase wallet. Not the one that you actually see, but this is a different one. That's going to have a few more innovations on it. But in any case, they're planning to onboard 1 billion users on chain. Okay? So, if this plan actually works, Crash actually sees this as a key to Brad's explosive growth. Right now, there's about 4 million users on Base. Imagine what happens when that number actually jumps to 100 million. And Brett's price could actually skyrocket with it. And I'm counting on it. I hope, and I haven't sold anything myself. So, as I said before, even if I sound like a broken record, with no direct Base token to invest in, Brett is the best bet for speculating on the success of this blockchain. And to be honest, I love Base. It's so quick, it's so efficient. Gas fees are crazy cheap. I don't think I've ever paid anything over $1 when it comes to gas fees. And I've done some big transactions. I don't recall ever paying over $1. So, I don't know. Keep that into consideration. And here's Basecamp for Brett. And let's see. Even Crash is not top 10 holder of Brett, but guess what? He's number 16 and he's right here. So if you want to track his wallet, it's pretty easy. And it's pretty much listed everywhere. Now, yes, it's not listed on Coinbase. It's not listed on crypto.com yet. There's a ton of places where you can get it. And they keep getting listed everywhere. So, honestly, if you're looking for a strong meme coin, one that's not going to rug tomorrow and you can actually sleep on it, well, I think this is it. I love a couple tokens on Base, like Mr. Migos. I even bought Crash on Base, just because I believe as someone on the comments on one of my videos actually said, is a leverage bet on Crash, and I agree. So I actually got a small bag now, and pretty bullish on it. So we're gonna see what happens. Now, to finish up, let's just think about this. Crash is not just betting on Brett. He's already profited millions from it. And you can see he's pretty bullish on a ton of meme coins. He's bullish on Brett, Pepe, Bobo, Ponky, Redo, and Bull. Bull is another one of my favorites. I know it may not be the most popular content out there, but I love it, and I'm going to keep making videos on it. He believes the best is yet to come. His predictions of Brad actually reaching $3 to $5, but with millions of new users coming to Base and Brad leading the charge, it's a bet he's willing to make. Now, what do you think? Will Brett be the next #1 meme coin on Base? Is it going to stay that way? Well, let me know in your comments. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. I hope you got some value. Take care.